Hello viewers, in OpenBridge Modular 2002 Release 2, we have added some new features. I'll show some of the new features here in this video. The first one is Field Splice, where inner splice plate is now optional. So first we come into the OpenBridge Modular utilities inside the splice, and here we can create or we can copy one splice. So let's say this one we will work with the general, and then we have the web plate informations and the bolts and spacings, and then top flange is you can see the outside thickness, the outside plate thickness, and then inside plate thickness, which is the plate underneath the top flange. It is 20 here, so let's put it as 0. I don't need a plate inside the top flange. Similar bottom flange, top of the bottom flange, I can put it as 0, or I can put some values. I just leave it here as it is just to see the difference. So I want the bottom flange will have a plate on top, but top flange, underneath the top flange there will be no plate. So now if I come into home, and then from here superstructure place field splice, and then it's asking selecting beam group. So I select beam group, I select this beam for a splice, which is the right beam, and I select this one, and let's say at 5 meters from my support lane I need a splice, and I do add, and this one we select from here is the 2. So I just validate it, save it. Let's have a look what we have created. You can see here the bottom flange. It has two plate, top plate under on top of the bottom flange, and bottom plate under the bottom flange. But top flange only have the top plate on top of the top flange, but there is no plate underneath the top flange. Display of the barriers to see, so we can see it clearly. This is the top flange, and this is the top plate, and there is no plate underneath at the bottom under the top flange, but there is both plates on top and bottom of the bottom flange. Another feature that we have added in 2022 release 2 is the improved superstructure cross-sectional drawing, and the PGL marker is added and the slope shown as at an absolute value. So we'll see that. To see that in this bridge we can do a cross-sectional drawing. So we do a cross section here, and I'll just leave this. You see the cross section. This is the PGL marker here, and this is the 2% with the absolute value. Next features that we have is the accurate modeling of haunch for open concrete tubs. If we come into OpenBridge Modeler, in the superstructure by placing steel tubs, then here is the haunch. If we want to do the, let's say 20 millimeter is haunch, and I want to apply for all of them, and this is the super T already selected in there. So we can come here. You can see here haunch is only on top of the flange. There is nothing in between the two flanges. There is no haunch. So to see that I can display of the deck and barrier. I can display of the supports. You can see this is the haunch here. This is the haunch here on top of the flange only. The next topic we have is the option to slope crown cap bottom, which is the pier headstock or the pier cap. The bottom of that can be crowned like the top as well. So in this bridge, if we come into this pier, where we go into there, and then we can go into, if we go into elevation constraint, here we can change it to crown deck, and I'll have that crown deck like this for the top. The bottom I will select as parallel to cap top, so it will be whatever is here, it will parallel to that. So I just press OK. You can see this is crowned and this is parallel to that line as well.